we've got some interesting news here today. I know you got some stuff, and I got some stuff. And,
Yes.
you know, you play good, you want to play good, and I think we played pretty good.
We've been quoting Bedazzled.
Yes, a great comedy movie with the great Brandon Fraser.
Yes, absolutely.
And it's kind of fitting that we talk about Elizabeth Burke. No,
she played in Austin Powers, the first one.
Yeah, Elizabeth something. Is it Berkeley, or is that the chick from Saved by the Bell?
I think that's the chick from Saved by the Bell. I don't know. We're stupid. Anyway, check out Bedazzled.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know. I guess I'll start with some news.
Jesus, jumping crazy shit.
For those of you that don't know this, there is a writer's strike in Hollywood right now.
Yeah, I've heard about this.
And it's affecting a lot of productions, including television shows and movies and everything else. And American Horror Story was briefly shut down, but most of that stuff was already written anyway, so not really affected that. Yeah. But one movie that is affected is Marvel's reboot of Blade.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. They have totally shut down pre-production on this thing due to the writer's strike, which sucks because they just hired a writer for the damn thing. And as he was, or as they, I don't know if it's a man, woman, I'm assuming it's a man, I don't know. But as soon as he started working on it, this writer strike shit came about. And, you know, until this thing's over, we're not going to get anybody working on this damn script. I mean, we don't even have, you know, anybody to write it right now, so nothing can go forward. You can't do anything if you don't have a script.
Might be a good thing, might be a bad thing.
Yeah, sorry I got caught up. Well, you know, I wanted to mention that because, you know, out of all the Marvel films that would be closely related to horror would be Blade and everything. And for those of you that want a little inside information on what the writer's strike is about or whatever, basically, you know, I wrote down everything that they're asking for. One thing I don't really understand, the rest of it I kind of get. One of it is AI technology safeguards. I have no clue what that means. The other one is employment duration, which that means that when somebody writes, like for a television show or whatever, it's not guaranteed that they can come back for a second season, third season, whatever. Basically, what Hollywood can do is they can get you to write 8 episodes of a first season of whatever. And then they bring back the show. They don't have to hire you to write it. They can hire other writers cheaper because it would be their first time writing on the show.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So they're asking.
I can see the pros and cons in that.
They're asking for employment duration, which means they would continue to work on their project.
Oh, interesting.
Another thing they're asking for is mandatory staffing, and this includes space to work, not just, you know, give me what I need, but, you know, make space available so we can be creative. Don't just put us in a fucking broom closet.
I mean, that's understandable. Nobody wants to work in a fucking, you know, teepee.
Right. Better play.
Pay.
Yeah, better play.
Fucking idiot.
Better pay.
Pay.
Which is self-explanatory.
Yeah.
And here's the most interesting one, though. They want streaming residuals. And what that means...
Residuals. Oh, I can't even say that word.
It's residuals.
No, it's not that.
Yes, it is. RESID
Residuals.
That's what I said.
No, we did. We're both fucking... Anyway, they want compensation for the streaming.
Yeah, and just get into a little bit of that is basically for those of you that want a little bit more information about this. In streaming, you get two payments, okay? One payment is domestic, which is here in the States, and you get another payment for foreign, which is outside of the United States. If the show does really well and it's a hit, you don't get paid any more money. That's what residuals are. Now, if you're making a television show for network television, like cable, whatever, and the show catches on, it becomes a hit, you do get paid for that. Streaming, you do not. And these writers, basically what these writers are doing is they're writing all the shit for these streaming shows. And since streaming has now taken over the number one way to watch shows are getting popular. And these writers are not getting paid. They get paid a one-time payment, and it doesn't matter if the show bombs or if the show, becomes a hit. Their pay doesn't affect them. They get a one-time pay. So while everybody else that works on the show, like the actors, can get better acting gigs because the show was popular, the director would get better gigs because they're like, oh, look, there's a guy who directed, Stranger Things, whatever, right?
Right.
Writers don't get that.
I can see their aggravation and why they're doing things.
So it's a huge strike going on. They basically want all these changes, and I think the biggest is probably the streaming because that's...
Yeah, that way they get paid.
Right. You can't have new shows streaming without writers. And this, it even went so far. Check this shit out. The MTV Movie Awards.
Yeah.
That's still a thing, believe it or not. It was actually going to air on Paramount Plus. And they ended up canceling the whole thing because the host was going to be Drew Barrymore. And she pulled out of the whole thing in support of the writers. Mm-hmm. So now I just think that's extremely funny that a show that is supposed to, give thanks and reward all these movies.
Yeah.
Needs a writer themselves, and they can't get it because
the writers are on.
Strike.
Why do you need a writer for?
Well,
a fucking
you have a host. You write down what the host says. They read them off those cards. They don't just go up there and make shit up.
What?
I mean,
Christ.
In my opinion, you got to rehearse this shit. If you're going to go off wing or whatever, all this shit is timed out perfectly. So
yeah, I don't know. I'm just thinking somebody going rogue on MTV Movie Awards.
Well, I mean,
whole new fucking ball game.
I mean, yeah, it's happened before, and usually those are the greatest moments.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it wasn't penciled in when Will Smith slapped the shit out of fucking Chris Rock. So,
bitch.
Anyway, in other news, we told you a couple episodes ago that the Meg 2, The Trench, will have Jason Statham back. Now we have determined the rating for the film. It is PG-13. So,
no shit.
You can take the family to go see the horrible CGI shark.
It's going to also be out August 4th, and it does have a trailer out.
Yeah. And speaking of all of that good stuff, you remember a couple episodes ago I talked about the documentary they're making about Robert Englund?
Yeah.
It's called Hollywood Dreams and Nightmares, the Robert Englund story. Well, we have now got a Blu-ray release date of this documentary. It's going to be released July 25th.
Oh, shit. That's right around the corner. That's a pickup or buy on digital.
And speaking of that, a great movie by the great Dario Argento is finally coming to 4K September 26th, and that's the movie Tin Beret.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's $40.
I'm sure somebody out there is like, that's not how you say the movie. Well, that's the way I always say it.
Yeah. Suck me sideways.
Speaking of that, July 25th, the same day that the Robert Englund DVD's coming out, or Blu-ray, a Stephen King classic, Needful Things, is getting a 4K edition.
Nice.
This one is a little special, though, because it will include a 3-hour cut of the movie.
No shit.
So
that's gonna fucking change a lot.
Yeah. And, I'm sure many people have noticed or have read that the Beetlejuice 2 is a go.
It's a go.
And in addition to Michael Keaton coming back playing Beetlejuice, there's some others that were announced. Johnny Depp, William Dafoe, people like that are going to be in it. I read that they know the character that William Dafoe is going to play. They don't name his character, but they say he's going to be an, quote, afterlife law enforcer.
Okay.
He's basically going to be a policeman for the dead. So
okay,
that's William Dafoe's role.
Not what I thought they would use him for. I thought they would try to make him like, the dead lady from Beetlejuice, that had a slit in her neck. I can't remember her name.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he would be kind of like her character in the new one.
Why?
I don't know. I just kind of pictured him as that kind of character. Not really a police officer type character.
He might be. When I hear like police officer for the afterlife, I'm thinking that he might be a bad guy or like an asshole trying to fuck with everybody.
Possibly.
That's what I
or
think
maybe like Beetlejuice is doing some shit and he's trying to stop Beetlejuice from doing shit.
Maybe. All I know is that this is a sequel, I believe. So.
Yeah, it's a sequel. It's no prequel or requel or any shit like that. I just hope they call it Beetlejuice 2 with a tagline. They don't just call it Beetlejuice.
Yeah, that'd be stupid.
They got the girl that plays in the new Scream movies and Wednesday as the main girl.
Yeah.
I can't ever think of her fucking name.
Well, it's not an easy one. It rolls off the tongue anyway.
No, but she's a good choice for the movie.
Yeah.
She's got that look, that image.
She looks like somebody that Tim Burton would cast.
Yeah.
There is a new documentary, and I'm very much looking forward to this. It's called Dinner with Leatherface.
Okay.
It is a documentary on the life and career of Gunnar Hansen.
Ooh.
It will contain never-before-seen behind-the-scene footage of Chainsaw and some of his personal photos he's taken. And this documentary will include interviews with Kane Hodder, Bruce Campbell, Barbara Crampton, and a lot more.
Ooh, I'm excited about this one.
Yeah, man, that'll be cool. I'm glad they're like doing documentaries on these great horror icons. I mean, you've got the Robert Englund one coming out.
Now you got the Gunner.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get a date on that pretty soon. I don't know if they're just working on it, but they had a lot of details to tell us about it, so they must be, pretty far into it.
Yeah.
And the last thing that I have is, I don't know if this is a precursor or I told you so moment or whatever, but early test screening